Moving on to the next team in this same tier, we have the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are a soft team. I've already talked about it in my last video. I think they're a soft team. And they're the perfect definition of what I've talked about a few times in this video. These teams that want all flash, receivers, corners, offensive line, they just focus on tackles. Defensive line, they just focus on edge rushers. They just want the flash. They don't have the meat and potatoes. They have the carrots and the greens, and they have all the sides. They got maybe cornbread. They don't have the meat and potatoes, though. They focus so hardcore on establishing that they're a speed team and they're fast and there's all this speed all over the board, and they forget that football is a physical sport. One of the most physical sports. And it's really gotten to them. The other thing is, I'm really disappointed in Mcdaniels. During Tua's injury, he just gave up until Tua got back. He just quit. And they had Skylar Thompson starting. I get that's tough. They bring in Tyler Huntley. That's a Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley, by the way. Bring Tyler Huntley in. And he just has no clue or plan of what to do whatsoever. He was just sad. Like he just looked sad until Tua came back. And a lot of discussion around Tua was, we've been saying with Tua that he's nothing without his receivers. Well, this team is nothing without Tua. I get what you're saying, and I agree with that a little bit. But I'm not going to sit here and act like there was absolutely nothing they could have done, because I watched Matt LaFleur with Malik Willis for a few weeks play really competitive and good football. And he did the opposite of what Mike McDaniels did, which is what I actually think you should do with a backup. I think when you have a backup quarterback, your starter gets hurt, you have a backup quarterback in. I don't think that means you play as basic and balanced and as conservative as you possibly can. That's what Mike McDaniels was trying to do. Matt LaFleur implemented and started running a lot of weird new additions to the offense and new play styles that other teams weren't prepared for, first of all, but also that you could maximize and get the most out of the backup that you had. And Malik Willis is either going to get a contract with the Packers this season as a backup, or he's going to go somewhere else and get a nice contract. He really helped out his own team, and he helped out Malik Willis a lot too. And it really bums me and shocks me that Mike McDaniels couldn't figure out how to get anything going. Like, this is the mastermind offensive guru that just draws stuff up in his sleep. And he couldn't figure out anything those weeks Tua was hurt. Aside from that, Tua's put up a good stat line while he's been healthy. He still isn't clutch against good teams, though. Neither is the whole team. I don't want to just make this a Tua hate piece, but the whole team isn't that good against other good teams. This defense is a mess. This offensive line is a mess. Waddle and Hill have had bad seasons for the most part this year. And I'm scared for this team's future because it's turning darker and bleaker. Especially with the fact that Tua has all the concussion issues that he has, and they gave him a huge contract. He's one concussion away from having to retire. Like, lawfully. I could be wrong about this, so I'll just say I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure the next time Tua has a diagnosed concussion, he will be forced by the NFL to retire. What are the odds that he goes the next 10 years playing in the NFL without getting another concussion? And let's say I am wrong about that and the number's higher. What are the odds that he plays the next 10 years without getting 3 concussions or 2? Every time you get a concussion, it's easier to get another concussion. And he's like at the tip of the iceberg, so that's a factor. I don't know if Tyreek Hill is going to be here next year. Offensive line's still a mess. This team's playoff hopes are done for this year, especially with how tough the AFC is. So that's where I stand with the Dolphins right now.